The basketball community should have known not to jump on the Timberwolves bandwagon after 2 games, but the basketball community did that, and now this series is back as the Denver Nuggets have won back-to-back games now in Minnesota, and the series is tied 2-2. I got a lot of rampaging to do on one particular player, but before that, this is an instant reaction to what I just witnessed. So yeah, let's start talking about Rudy Gobert, because Rudy Gobert, the Defensive Player of the Year, is it's happening again. He's getting picked out. Now, it's not so much defensively that he's getting picked out. It's offensively he's getting picked out. Every time Rudy Gobert has 2 feet in the paint, they foul him. He breaks his free throws. Remember the hack a Shaq that they're doing on Derek Lively the other night? Well, they're doing that on Rudy Gobert now. That's not ideal if you're the Timberwolves. Rudy Gobert is not a good free throw shooter, and that's what's happening. They're exploiting him offensively. You just see what he does with the ball in his hand. This dude cannot play a lick of offense. Unless he's standing there dunking the basketball, he can't do anything. He just cannot play. As Stephen A. Smith once said about Kwame Brown, he simply cannot play. Rudy Gobert simply cannot play offense. It's like giving a toddler a basketball on a mini hoop. The only thing they can do is dunk it, and 9 times out of 10, they can't even do that. So that's what we got with Rudy Gobert on offense. Now, defensively, he hasn't really been doing all that. Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic both went off today. All right, that's his primary matchups right there. The Defensive Player of the Year, primary matchups went off today. Definitely not ideal. All right. What value is Rudy Gobert bringing right now to the Timberwolves? He can't play offense, and no matter what you do defensively, you're not going to stop Jokic. And Rudy Gobert is not making it difficult on him whatsoever. Nikola Jokic sees a cone. I mean, this thing can do the same thing. This is what, he's a cone on defense. You could literally pick out a turtle, any turtle in the wilderness, and put that on Jokic, and Jokic will look at that as the same way he's looking at Rudy Gobert right now. He's just picking on this dude. Rudy Gobert should not be playing in this series. All right? I'm sorry to say it. He shouldn't be. Now, I'm not saying Rudy Gobert is as bad. It's not like he's getting exploited so badly like in the past when he was with the Jazz. It's not that at all. It's just the fact he can't play offense, and there's no way of stopping the best player in the world, the MVP of the 2024 NBA season, Nikola Jokic. There's no way of stopping him, and Rudy Gobert's a negative on offense. So you have to run a different lineup where Rudy Gobert isn't playing as much. It's that simple. He's a problem on offense. He's getting exploited on offense. He's handicapping the Minnesota Timberwolves offensively. And his defensive production, sure, he's the Defensive Player of the Year, but he's not stopping Jokic. Now for the other Timberwolves, KarlAnthony Towns, where were you tonight on offense? I mean, I thought you might have been Where's Waldo, because I certainly could not find you on offense today. You have no way of asserting yourself, and that showed today. This is why you can't rely on your outside jump shot being 7'1", because when it's not going in, normally you should creep in to the paint, but he's not as comfortable in the paint and really asserting himself, and we saw that. Aaron Gordon, he couldn't even post him up. Now, Aaron Gordon's a good defender, but he's also given up about 3-4 inches of height on him. So you got to factor in that. KarlAnthony Towns, you need to show up. The offense had no continuity. There was no flow to it tonight. And that's why they got into the hole that they were in. They dug themselves a big hole because they couldn't find offense. Now, foul trouble factored into that, but guess what? The Nuggets still managed with Jokic having 4 fouls in the second half. Jamal Murray was in foul trouble in the first half. So you really have no excuse because both teams were dealing with foul trouble tonight. And then, of course, the lack of intensity on defense. I mean, the defensive intensity in Denver, it was through the roof. In Minnesota, it has not been there at all. Now, it's been a physical series, but like you still haven't played with intensity. Oh my goodness, I cannot pronounce that word. Intensity. You have not played with it that much in your home arena, which makes absolutely no sense. And then obviously, see, I got my little checklist. I know what I need to talk about. Naz Reid or Kyle Anderson need to be in the game over Rudy Gobert. I mean, I can't deal with it anymore. Now, I understand for Rudy Gobert, it's an impossible task to guard Jokic, but it's really the offense. Like, I that's what's making him unplayable. I don't know how they can move forward knowing that Rudy Gobert, anytime he gets the ball in the paint, is going to be fouled and have to shoot free throws, and he can't make those. And every time he sets a screen, they just double team whoever's receiving the screen. So let's say Anthony Edwards dribbling out top, and Rudy Gobert sets a screen for him. They just throw two players at him, and then you throw it to Gobert, and he does something goofy, turns it over, misses a shot, gets fouled, and misses free throws. And then on the rare occasion, he makes a shot. There's a lot to be concerned about with that. I mean, Rudy Gobert, looking at the box score, his plus minus was still there, but he had 5 turnovers, and he doesn't touch the ball that much. That should be telling enough on what he's doing on offense. Now, plus minus can tell you a lot, but it can't tell you like all the negatives that happened. Like you just had to watch the game. And if you watch the game, Rudy Gobert was not ideally the best player, especially down the stretch. Like I'm sure he's a better defender, but you didn't really need defense, and he wasn't really getting the job done. Jokic had 35 points tonight on 15 of 26 shooting, only one 3-pointer. So you're telling me that he was going at the defensive player of the year all night. That is what I'm hearing. But yeah, that was definitely something. Speaking of Nikola Jokic, that was an MVP performance. 35 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, efficient shooting. Turnovers were there, apparently there. But you look at the plus minus there. He was a +3 and an 8-point victory. So plus minus doesn't tell the whole story. Nikola Jokic put the team on his back in the first half and was a main and big important factor in why they generated this lead for the Nuggets. Then you also look at Aaron Gordon's production today. He didn't miss a shot till the very end of the game. He went 11 to 12, 27 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Welcome to the series. I thought he was still in LA because he did not come to this series the first 3 games. He was not apparent. He was a non-factor. Now he is, and because of that, the Timberwolves couldn't really do anything about Nikola Jokic because anytime they go to double Jokic, it's just a lob. Oh, dunk. Aaron Gordon played really well tonight. Jamal Murray, he had a game. He only had 19 points, but he does a lot more than just score the ball for this team. So obviously that was a big part of the victory. But, of course, the player of the game, unfortunately on the losing team, was Anthony Edwards. 44 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 16 to 25 shooting. Very, very efficient. I think Anthony Edwards, I'm almost ready to crown him the best shooting guard in the NBA at this point. It's just, like, I feel so bad that this isn't our conference finals matchup. This should be the conference finals matchup, and it sucks that it's not. But, what are we going to do about it? Can't rewrite history, but Anthony Edwards been showing out. He took blame. He came back. I expect him to go off in Denver again. I expect KarlAnthony Towns to not go 5 of 18 again. Mike Conley was 5 of 12. Naz Reid 5 of 6. See, Naz Reid on offense. How did he only play 19 minutes tonight? They did the 3 big lineup. That didn't work. I just don't understand. They found themselves in a hole because they couldn't score and get any offensive continuity going. And as soon as they took Rudy Gobert off the court, they started to get offensive flow again, and they put him back in. And then it was the hack-a-shack. And then, you just see, the Timberwolves are playing 4-on-5 on offense when Rudy Gobert's in the game. And the Nuggets are exposing that. Now, I don't know what to say at this point about that. But yeah, that's really all I got to say. Mike Conley took a fall. He looked like he hurt his shoulder. We'll see what that is for Game 5. But speaking of Game 5, we got to get my Game 5 predictions. I expect the Timberwolves to bounce back and beat Denver because I think it's a level of pride at this point, and you just lost 2 games at home. Same with what Denver had to do when they lost 2 games at home. I still think the Timberwolves are going to win this series in 6. Actually, it's hard to pick against the Nuggets, especially when they played like how I just saw them play tonight. But I'm staying loyal with my predictions of the Timberwolves winning in 6. But yeah, we'll see. We can't see what we've been seeing with Rudy Gobert on offense again, if that's going to be the case. And we need other consistent offensive production outside of Anthony Edwards because like he can't do it by himself going up against Jokic and Murray and Aaron Gordon, who decided to show up tonight. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. See you back tomorrow. Celtics and Mavericks games. Those are probably the 2 teams that'll win, the Celtics and Mavs. I'm going to be rooting for the Mavericks, and I'm going to be rooting for the Cavaliers. So yeah, go Cavs, go Mavs. Have a good one. Bye.